positions a lot, so you're bound to learn a few new tricks. Now, the man with the bag of tricks is walking in our house.
Yeah, good.
You like them? I made them all by myself. I can't wait to see you.
I know.
Then he appears to pull down the zipper on the front of his pants. What he was planning to do next, we'll never know.
I'll explain when you get down.
Okay.
Well, why don't you explain it to me instead? Now, what were you doing with your pants there?
My zipper came down, excuse me.
I really appreciate you coming out here, man.
Okay, cool.
So you're pumped too, huh?
Yeah.
So what were you so pumped for?
No, not too much.
It's a little late to be prowling around these parts, huh?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Why don't you have a seat right over here for me? How are you, sir?
Okay.
Why don't you do me a favor and have a seat on the stool right on the other side of the bar there?
You got it in black and white that I said I'd bring it. But
And you brought it.
yes, I did.
Why don't you make yourself at home here? Have a seat. You have a hard time finding the place, or?
No.
Why don't you have a seat on that stool for me, please? Please, right there. That's it.
No, I'm leaving.
Why don't you have a seat real quick?
Yeah, I know what this is. I know what this was. I just went to test it, that's all.
Okay, noted, sir.
I knew what it was.
What do you think it was?
Nothing.
Hey, how are you? All right. Why don't you have a seat right in that chair? No, sir. Wait 1 minute. What's going on? Why don't you tell me to get things started? Tell me what was happening.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I do, I'm sorry.
Did you find the place okay?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you have a seat right over there, please? What are you up to tonight?
Just driving around.
Just driving around? How you doing?
All right,
Would you have a seat over in that chair, please? He says he's here to meet a girl, but he can't remember her name, and he's a little vague about her age.
Rather young.
Rather young. He says he's not a pedophile. He's here to kick back, relax, and have some fun.
And all I want to do is party. You're trying to find a pedophile. I'm not.
But you're here.
I'm here to party.
And maybe have sex with a teenager.
Maybe.
How were you going to use the condoms in the
I wasn't going to use them at all.
You got them in your pocket.
Well, yeah, I do
You
have
do
them.
balloon tricks with them? Or?
No.
Well, come on. What are you doing?
Making a mistake.
Making a mistake. What was your plan here today in this house?
Hang out and whatever stuff.
Hang out and whatever.
I'm sorry.
What was your plan here today?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I seriously don't know.
Well, it looks like you knew based upon this chat. Who did you think you were going to meet here?
Just this kid I've been talking to.
This kid. And how old are you?
Too old for 13, 14-year-old.
Too old.
I'm lonely. That is the bottom line.
Really?
Yes. Very lonely.
How old are you?
Too old.
Where were you when you were having this chat with this 13-year-old girl, Amy? Were you at
I
your...
was in office.
You were in your office?
Yeah.
Now, does your boss know that you are online chatting with 13-year-old
I'm
girls?
sure they don't.
I don't mind helping.
And did that mentoring process include having sex with him?
Oh, no.
Yep, and from what most say, it's the best they've had. The real compliment is when they keep coming back for more. Do you see why that is hard for me to believe?
I can see why it's hard to believe. I can see myself why it's hard to believe.
And how old is Tracy?
I don't have no idea.
The problem for you, David, is that I have the chat right here. Perhaps I can refresh his memory by reading some of his chat log. I take it you're a virgin.
No, sir.
Not you. I'm reading from the conversation between you and Natasha. Kissing is okay.
Yeah.
But you also say, in the next breath, have you ever seen a blank, meaning penis?
Mm-hmm.
It's a question.
I have on the internet, she says. Then you say, so do you want to see mine? You can play with my blank.
Yes. Please don't, please.
Married looking for fun, that's you, right? Yes. You ask if you delete all those IMs when you're done. I'd hate to have your mom get nosy. She told you she was 14.
We were in a role-playing chat room, dude.
You know how many times I hear that? 16 minutes into this discussion, you ask if she can do deep throat. Square that with what's on your MySpace website, where you talk about Jesus rocks. What conclusion can I draw from this? Like you would have had sex with a 14-year-old girl.
I'm not sure if I would have done that, but...
Marvin, you're naked.
I just thought it was like a good idea.
A good idea?
Bad judgment.
There seems to be a lot of bad judgment in the air.
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
How's this going to go over at home?
Not good.
This is not good.
That's not good.
It's not.
And you don't see anything wrong with that.
Yes, I do see things wrong with it, but I have lack of judgment.
What should happen to you, Alonzo?
I should go to jail.
And that's exactly what's about to happen.
I'm admitting to you that it is wrong.
So we're all square, even Steven, and you should just get up and walk out of here.
He won't get off that easy.
So this is going to be on TV.
When our cameras come out, he heads out the door. And you know what happens next.
Hands up! Sheriff's office! Get down! Now!
I just need to stay off the internet, maybe.
And if there's nothing else you have to say, then you're free to walk out that door where you stripped naked and walked in. What do you think should happen to you, Antonio?
Well, he won't be getting the death penalty, but he'll find out shortly he does have a date before a judge.
Thank you for bringing, kicking me in the pants and setting me straight, Chris.
You've ever seen our stories on computer predators?
Yeah, I've seen it.
This is one of them.
Oh, no.
Well, what do you think should happen to you, Eric?
Just go home and learn from this.
But he's not going to get off that easy. It's time to tell him who I am.
Well, I got to tell you,
he already knows.
Dateline NBC. I know. And Have you seen the previous stories? You have. Do you think it was a good show?
No, it was supposed to stop people and things like that,
Well, this is the part where usually I say, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you remember that part?
Yes, I remember.
You remember when these guys come out, the cameras come out, right? Mm-hmm. You had seen our previous stories. Probably got a chuckle out of what happened to some of these guys.
Yeah, and honestly, I sat there and watched and thought, those guys are sick. Why would you do that?
Walk out and don't cop the path there.
That's not up to me.
No, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
You ever seen the stories where...
Yes.
Now, did you think at all that maybe you were walking into To Catch a Predator?
It was, and that kind of crossed my mind for a minute. For a minute, you know. And then I just wiped it away,
But I would like to leave.
Am I being held up here?
Can I? So.
Just like all the men who show up at our house, he's free to leave. No one who comes to this house looking for sex with a minor will get very far. He probably knows he won't be free for long.
Oh my God, my life is ruined.
Remember the married man who said his wife would kill him if she knew what he was up to?
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. You ever watch Dateline NBC?
Oh, damn, I've seen one of these.
You've seen one of these?
Yeah.
He decides to give any potential predator this advice.
Just whatever you do not get into underage people at all.
Those words of wisdom won't help him this time around.
Please get down the ground! Get on the ground!
Just take it as a lesson learned, not to do it again.
No such luck.
Are y'all gonna get me arrested when I leave?
Had he seen our previous reports, he would know exactly what's going to happen next.
Sheriff's office, get on the ground!
And then I say, if there's anything else you'd like to tell us,
No, that's it.
we'd like to hear it. Otherwise, you're obviously free to walk out the door you came in. You're obviously free to walk right out the door that you came in.
I would like to walk out.
Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say, we'd like to hear it. Otherwise, you're free to walk right out of this house.
Said, can I go?
Yes, absolutely. You're obviously free to walk out that door that you came in.
I won't do that. Thank you.
Get down! Get your ass on the ground now!
I knew what it was. I wasn't doing anything.
Good, how are you?
This man is 48 years old, married, and a prominent San Francisco physician.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, jeez.
She keeps waving men into the garage,
Come on in.
and they keep following her
Yeah, come on back.
all the way to the backyard.
I made some drinks. So
She chats with the men, making them feel more at ease.
What do you want to do?
What do you have in mind?
I asked you first. Hey, ooh, you brought me something. Did you bring the condoms?
Yeah.
Get me some presents?
thought you were supposed to be in the hot tub already.
Oh, I'm just getting dressed. I've got a surprise for you.
I missed my train first, then I missed my bus.
Oh, no.
And then I come out.
So you had quite the commute today, huh? I guess I'm probably not the surprise you expected, am I?
Just a hug?
No hug for me? Why don't you have a seat right over there for me?
No.
Can I see you?
You can see me.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you? Why don't you have a seat right over there?
I think I know what this is.
Please sit down.
I'm not for that too. You're probably gonna arrest me?
I'm not going to arrest you. Please have a seat.
Oh, am I in trouble now?
Well, we're going to talk about it for a minute. So did you bring your swim trunks?
Nope.
No. What did you bring?
Nothing.
Nothing. Because there's a whole lot of something going on right here. You know what I mean?
Something wrong?
You tell me.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I'm serious.
And he doesn't seem to know something else. That I have the entire chat log of his conversation with the decoy.
But it's okay with you that I love having sex. It's okay that I want to blank you hard.
Yes, that's right.
You don't think you would have tried to have sex with a girl?
Well, I don't know, honestly.
I hope I'm not in trouble.
What could possibly have this man so worried?
So what part in the counseling process was the oral sex going to play?
I was not...
Look at these are your words. What are you up to?
Looks like a lot of trouble.
A lot of trouble. Well, you talked about a lot of other things besides lunch in the chat. Okay. No, it's right here. Then you ask if you can bring a colleague along, and if she's got a friend to be with your colleague here. I want to wrestle you so freaking bad. Wrestle me. I'd let you in just so I could feel you on top of me.
I mean, look at me. Do you think I would do something like that? I'm very professional.
I wouldn't do that to a 13-year-old, believe me.
The problem is that your conversation makes it sound like you would do that.
Just do what we're gonna do.
What do you mean?
What, you're gonna arrest me then?
I'm not going to arrest you.
And who are you?
I'll get to that in a minute. I have a few more questions for you. So you already had sex, you ask her.
What is this? Where is this?
Then you say, I want to give it to you deep and hard. Did you bring condoms?
No. Actually, I did.
Oh, you did? Do you see a problem with what you're doing here
Yes,
tonight?
I do.
And what's the problem, Carlos?
She's underage.
She's underage.
Yes, definitely.
And you still want me to spend the night with you?
No, I don't.
Wanted to be with her from the chat?
No, not at all. She was playing and I was playing. I guess that's all about it.
Presumably you could get dates?
Absolutely, I have a girlfriend.
You have a girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. She's a doctor.
A doctor? How's that going to go over? But you would have had sex with this girl if the opportunity arose.
No, I thought it wouldn't.
How so?
Because I'm stupid.
Because you're stupid?
Yes, sir.
Why are you stupid?
Because of what I was doing.
What were you doing?
Being dumb.
He finds out he'll be appearing on national television.
Well, that's actually unexpected.
He seems to think I'm a cop and even tries to bargain with me.
I know what the law says, but I'm really hoping for a warning.
So you thought I was a police officer?
Yeah, I have no idea who you are.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
So I can just walk out? No problem?
On your way?
Thank you.
He obviously doesn't know what's about to happen next.
You see why this is wrong, right?
Yeah, please forgive us. Please forgive us.
You guys ever watch television?
I watched your show on Dateline. I would never do that.
So you've seen the show?
Yeah, I mean,
so
I
you've
already...
seen the show and you showed up here anyway?
I didn't know she was 13. I'm sorry.
Come on.
Around the corner, he has an even bigger problem than his appearance on television.
Drop that stuff. Drop that stuff. Drop it on the ground.
I watched Dateline the other night about guys going to meet a younger girl and they all went to jail.
And look at me.
And look at you.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out right now!
To the ground. Men who try to meet teens online for sex.
See you later.
And like all the others who've shown up at our house, the man who's claiming he's really just a good Samaritan gets arrested.
Well, you know what happens next.
Yes, sir. I'll go to jail.
I wasn't doing anything. Oh, man, I wasn't doing anything.
Get his keys.
I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, I have no idea who you are.
Okay, what do you do now?
Maybe I can work for you guys. I'm really hoping to work for you guys.
Not likely. An officer dials the doctor's wife and hands him the phone.
Honey, I'm in big trouble.